I'm on the drugs right now. I can use your love right now. But instead they tryna tear me down.
First graders, bro. First graders be wildin'. It's fucking school.
Let's not intro the topics like that no more. Let's just tell me what it is. Tell me that should be getting awkward. Like what's next? Let's just go.
First grade.
First graders, bro.
Y'all heard about that new news going on?
That is the funniest way to introduce this fucking topic.
Why does this?
No, go ahead. Say what you about to say. Because I'm looking at the next word. I'm like, yeah, introduce it now. At the first graders, what they doing?
Did you hear about the one teacher who was showing first graders masturbation videos?
Yes, I did hear about that, and that is some wild shit. Did y'all see the video?
Yeah, I did.
So in Dalton, teacher showed literally. So it was in a private school in Dalton, right? $55,000 per year school, right? That's what. First of all, that's just crazy to pay.
Yeah.
Wait, how much?
$55,000 a year.
It's like how much some people make in a year, right?
Fam, like what is college gonna be like? They're like, yeah, college was about the same as high school, same rate. Like that's
my brother's fiance. Her private school costs more than her college.
Jesus Christ.
That's I mean, bro, $55 a year is actually more than a lot of schools. Like, but if you go out of state, you go to fucking Duke or something. I don't know wherever.
But 55 years like an average household like income
For first graders, that's wild.
Regardless,
Yo.
yeah.
I
So,
know. I could teach them niggas, bro, for the free.
What would you teach?
all right, but back to the
First graders,
masturbation.
they got teach you how to spell
Back to the
dog.
masturbation.
Teach you how to spell house.
Back to the masturbation day.
Okay.
So the teacher was basically teaching them about masturbation
He wants to get into the masturbation.
and there's a whole video.
First graders?
There's a video on it. I'm gonna send it to you, but the video is called. Fuck, what's the video called? I might have to go through my history. But so basically, there's a specific video that walks kids through like touching their private parts. Like it talks about, like, basically the whole message is that it's okay for you to touch your private part, but just touch it at home. And one of the things was like, did you notice, Frankie, how it's like an animated thing? Did you notice how, like, you see your parents, they don't touch their privates in public, but it might feel like, basically they were saying at first, like, when you rub this part, it feels good. Just like when Ashley rubs her, we'll call it Volvo.
What?
She rubs it and it feels good for her too. But you notice adults don't touch it in public. They touch it at home. Like, it was weird.
Yeah.
In first grade, fam, like.
How old are first graders?
And they talked about how a dick works, and it just was going very weird.
6-year-olds?
Okay, what is a vajayjay to you?
With JJ?
Yeah. What?
Vagina?
Vagina, right? Why did they call it a vulva? I know vulva
it was a
is
nickname.
it's
They're
the
gonna call it
lips.
vajayjay?
I know. I thought they would call it vagina. They called a pee a penis.
I just feel like the term.
Isn't that weird as hell?
Well, they were
Vulva is
saying-
like, isn't that part of the vagina?
Yeah, and
Vulva is the lip.
They were
Vulva
talking
is
about
the
the
lip.
clit
That's the
too.
outside. Vagina is the inside. Like, there's different
Yeah.
parts of it.
But they were
The
saying.
sex education failed us so bad, bro.
Miss Drew looking at us like, what the
She's
fuck?
shaking her head like these niggas, man. They don't learn a thing.
That is, how would y'all feel if you were parents? Because, like, okay, the stance they take on it is like, I get the wokeness of like, yeah, you don't need to teach kids it's bad. But first of all, first graders, and second, like, how are you telling kids stuff that their household, like, because some parents that are raised super religious than that, like, do you think they want you at school telling kids like it's okay, just do it when they're not looking, yank your shit? And you in first grade, bro, I did not think about yanking my dick in first grade.
Not at
No,
all.
Not even
I did.
remotely close.
Not at all.
You?
I did.
No, you sick fuck.
Okay.
I mean, I was exposed
When
to
the water
porn.
hits
I mean,
it?
someone probably. Oh, okay. I
I
was
was
say someone
exposed to
had to
porn that way
expose
too
you.
early, and I was just like, "Yo, what is happening right now?"
You're not,
grade?
you're not yanking
No,
it. You're
that- I
touching
never told y'all
yourself.
the
It's a little
story?
different.
Uh-oh,
Tell us
story
the story.
time.
All right, so growing up like a typical black boy, I like Dragon Ball Z, right? That was my thing.
You beat off
He's
to
like
Dragon
a
Ball Z.
ball.
No, let me finish.
All right.
And I had this older cousin. He's like, "Oh, you like Dragon Ball Z?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, I go on this website. It's called Dragon Ball XXX. It's a new series. So dumbass 6-year-old me was like, "Bet." I typed that shit in. I was like, "Yo, what is going on?" That's how I discovered porn.
Did they have like cartoon, like the dragon
No, it was,
having a
it was,
vagina?
it was full people.
Did
It was
you
regular
choke
people.
your chicken?
Oh, whoa.
Not at first.
Like, not the first 5 minutes or not?
Not the first day. I was
okay.
just looking at like I was literally learning because like
Yeah, that probably would have freaked me
Yeah, I
out.
was
First
just like-
grade.
Because
Bro.
when I was younger, I thought like I didn't
Yeah.
know what a vagina was. I vaguely knew about sex, and I thought like, okay, you just put up their butt, right? And then I saw a vagina. I was like, what is that? And I lived out of pure curiosity. I was just kind of examining it.
At one point-
it was censored at first though, so I was like really trying to like see around the little censor mark. But then like, yeah.
Bro,
So
think-
that's how it started.
Bro, think about like a first grade little girl going on porn and looking up gangbang.
Yeah.
Like, that is wild. Like, think about what the fuck
Yeah, my
that's
shit wasn't that crazy, bro. It was
Like,
two people.
that's wild. They were trying to like normalize the porn.
But imagine your first grade daughter, like, now she's going home rubbing on her pussy, like saying, "Oh, I heard my teacher told me it feels good."
To touch
bro,
it,
back
yeah.
then, I didn't know it felt good on my dick. To be honest, I didn't know it. Bro, I didn't know anything
Yeah,
about
But don't you
sex
kind of
like that.
miss the sensitivity your penis had back then?
What? I mean, I don't even remember.
Like,
I don't remember.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, think about it. Like you can be touching. You can just like.
I get you. Though I
You
just can't.
know
yeah.
what the fuck I'm
Being
talking
in
about.
class,
First grade?
I mean, no, I don't remember.
High school, maybe,
yeah, but I get what he's saying. But
Not
here's
in
a-
first grade. Maybe.
But you said this
We're
was
talking about first graders.
But you said this
taught-
was
learning
this
about
was
masturbation.
a private school, right? You said this was a private
Yeah.
school. It's 55,000. So I'm assuming that like since it's a private school, do you guys think that they had this conversation with the parents?
No, they're outraged.
It was
That's why this shit
probably
is
It was
news.
probably in the waiver.
Oh,
like,
so
we
they
can teach
didn't-
them whatever we want.
Wow, because I'm assuming that like with private stuff,
Private
parents
school,
have a
they
big
have their
say
own
in it,
curriculum.
right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I think
But-
it's one specific teacher though.
Wow.
It's not like this
oh,
is the school.
that teacher needs to get fired, bro. If it's one, that's disgusting. What the fuck?
Like, I understand the importance of like not censoring sex around kids, because like one way like my brother and his wife do it, they use the proper term for the sexual organs.
Mhm.
So like if a child's ever, God forbid, like touched by an adult, like they're more open to talk about where they touched them and stuff like that.
I see.
But you don't need to talk about masturbation
In class,
like
Yeah,
And
no.
at 6 years old. Like most kids don't even want to masturbate.
yeah, they don't even know
get-
their alphabets at that point.
yeah, like-
Like-
Get this though, bro. So they complained to school administrators, but we're talking about the parents.
yeah.
They complained to school administrators, and apparently they were being bombarded. They said, complained, but they were told they had simply misinterpreted what Dalton's now notorious health and wellness educator Justine Fonte, who last month led a controversial and explicit porn literacy workshop at another elite prep school, was teaching. So that's not saying that they did it at this school, but that's I guess that's
And she
her
on
bag
tour.
right there. Yeah, she on tour, exactly. Bro, 6-year-olds is fucking crazy. I gotta look. I gotta oh wait, the
Did
post.
she at least show them the good websites?
No, it was just a video. Okay, let me read off some quotes from it. Hey, how come sometimes my penis gets big sometimes and points in the air? Asked the little boy in the cartoon, leading to an explanation of what an erection is. The boy nods and says, sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good. Then the little girl character chimes in, sometimes when I'm in my bath or when my mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my vulva too. This is fucking weird, bro.
Yeah.
Fonte
Yeah, that
has
was rough,
reassured
yeah.
parents that she does not use the word masturbation in class and that her lessons teach kids not to touch themselves in public. In public. That's literally it. That's all the
That's
video
the
talks.
lesson.
Here it is. Help kids learn that bodies are private with Scooby and something. It's under Amaze parents. It's a weird ass video, bro. Oh, and you know what one mother said? She said, "I'm paying $50,000 to these assholes to tell my kids not to let their grandfather hug her when he sees her."
Okay.
Well, she missed the point.
On this part, like the grandfather part,
missed the
because
point.
I feel like they were talking about like consent and like how
Yes,
if they're
yeah.
like your body is your own body, you know, like even if you have, you know, like
Right.
there a lot of families they might have like a creepy uncle.
Oh,
you know,
that's it.
I think that's because like I'll teach my niece that shit. I'm like, yo, if somebody
Mm-hmm.
makes you uncomfortable, I don't care if it's family. You should be able to tell them no. I don't want to do that. Like that's one thing I think that's okay to teach people, but I don't know if your
think-
teacher should be teaching you at first grade. You
And
know?
I think one of the parents said literally parents are supposed to say to their kids, "May I hug you?" And I should have read that before the other one. So I guess they want you to tell like every adult has to ask, "May I hug you?" That's kind of crazy when you're talking about people as family members.
Yeah,
Like, but I get what you're saying. in
I
terms
mean,
of,
I get
like-
the consent. I mean, bro. I mean, it's sixth grader.
Yeah,
Man,
bro. All you need to know is don't talk to
Dude,
strangers when
I
you're
remember in
6 years old.
in like fifth grade or sixth grade, we had that whole puberty video, and that was really the first time
Yeah,
that
that
anybody
shit barely taught us anything. But it was better than
it was better than
them
yeah.
telling us about masturbation. Like,
Especially
I don't
that
know.
one
Yeah.
teacher, right? It was
you
just
know,
that
use
one
the
teacher,
two-hand
right?
thrust and
Bro,
shit,
that's
like-
5th grade, and he was cracking up.
Yeah, I feel like masturbation is something you should find for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let
That's
the,
like, you
let
gotta
the boys
figure that
figure
shit
it
out,
out.
bro. It's kind of like, you know, losing your virginity. Like, you don't like ask somebody how to fuck. You just kind of like.
Would you be
Trial
mad?
and error.
Would you be mad if your daughter came home from school and was like talking about like, or what if you just walked in and she was just rubbing on her shit and she's like, "I learned it in class. She said it feels
Oh, I'm
good."
beating
but
somebody's ass.
Yeah, I'm outraged.
I really
If it
walk
was my
up
son,
like,
I don't
outraged.
care.
'Cause
My
I'm going to
daughter,
that,
I
yeah.
love my daughter.
I'll be like, who taught you that? First of all,
I would be going
and
crazy,
then, and
bro.
then it's like, where, like, yeah, I'd be outraged.
I'll probably
It's
pull them out of
like,
school.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
there's
go to
a
the
reason
news like they did, bro. I'd be going crazy. Like,
Yeah.
bro, they're 6 years old.
6
What you
years
learned
old,
today,
bro.
honey?
Yeah,
6 years old. Like, not,
my
you're not
vulva
even.
can be right. What the fuck is a vulva?
I
I did
did
not
not-
know
I
about
wouldn't
that
even know what that shit
before.
was. Look at my wife like, honey, what the fuck is a vulva?
Yeah, I
talking
think
about the
the
color?
worst part was the emphasis on like, no, don't shut yourself in public, but when you're in private, you could. It's like,
Like,
bro,
that's what kids needed to learn.
Like,
Like, oh,
that's
I
what-
can't beat my dick in front of people. Oh God! Like, no one had to tell us in fucking 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. That beating your meat you're doing, you can't do that at school. Like, oh, okay,
Is she on leave?
I figured
Did
I couldn't
they-
do
did
that
they-
in front of the teacher.
Did they emphasize or like just detail out like are they suspending that teacher for now or
Bro,
are
they defended her, I guess.
They defended
and people
her?
are saying they're furious. We are horrified to learn this was shown to our first grade 6 and 7-year-old kids without our knowledge or consent, but it's so hard to fight back because you'll get canceled and your child will suffer. Because their whole thing is that this is like a woke it's being super woke and super forward thinking and shit. Fam, shut the fuck up. Like, what else are you gonna teach them at 6 years old?
This is not what it's. I don't know what to call it, bro. Like it's just it's just weird.
Okay, so what age is it fine to do that?
I think it's just you should
Do you-
grow into it. Like
Huh?
I think you should just grow into
But
that.
there,
Like,
I bet
8th grade.
Did you guys never
grade,
got like
8th?
masturbation guilt?
I think 8th is too late.
For
You guys ever-
masturbation talks, like sex ed, I get like earlier, but for masturbation,
is such a touchy topic, no pun intended.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like that could be like you said, guilt, right? But
Where is masturbation
See,
guilt?
but that comes from religious viewpoints and shit like that.
That's
or
true.
just fear that you're
Going to hell.
Yeah, you're gonna go to hell for busting nuts. So it's like if that's your mentality, yeah. So, but
I'm going to hell.
even masturbation and sex in general is taboo because it depends on like you don't know the kids pretty much. Like sex might not be a conversation your parents feel comfortable talking to you about it.
Yeah.
Even at 15, even at 23, some people don't get to talk from their parents because their parents are just
Till
so
this
weird.
day,
I never
my
got this-
parents never.
Hey, okay,
5th
yeah.
grade when we had that talk, we all had to do. I had to get my waiver signed. I was like,
my
mom,
told me
dad.
some silly stuff.
I was like, mom, dad, like, they told me that you're supposed to give me a brief talk about sex before I go into the thing, and they just looked at me like, no, and just turned away. I'm like, mom, this is for school. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Until this day.
so you never went to like the
No, I
auditorium?
mean, I went, but like, my parents never gave me a sex talk. The most they ever
Right.
told me was, don't get this girl pregnant.
Yeah,
The
that-
end of the
dude,
conversation.
bro.
But now imagine that, right?
Right.
Your parents are already uncomfortable, but now
Yeah.
at school, at school you're learning about masturbation. You know what I mean? So
At fucking
which
first
is still-
grade.
which is still an introduction into sex and sexual acts. So
Yeah.
When did we learn about
That's
masturbation? Like 6th grade, right?
I feel
Learn
like
yourself.
boys,
Figure it out.
bro.
Whenever you learn, or like you hear like a high schooler say jack, you're like, what's jacking off? And he's like, oh, you'll figure it out.
Oh yeah.
That's how I learned about sex.
I remember
was
the
through other
first time I
kids.
got introduced to porn, and it was literally on a DSI.
It's always an older kid.
Like
It
it
was
was
always
always
older
no,
kids.
it was
Fucking
actually a
niggas
kid,
up.
it was a kid my age,
Oh,
and
wow.
like he was like, look, like you, because the DSI came out,
Look at this shit.
and he's like,
Your Wi-Fi,
I
your
remember,
Wi-Fi.
yeah, he's like, look, you can go on the internet, and like he pulled up like porn, and I thought like the image of like a vagina was like it's like an alien, like what the fuck is that? Like what? Like close that shit up, man. Like I don't need to see all that pink.
He
Like
called you gay, huh?
no, I was just freaked out.
yeah,
Like I was
you
just
were
like,
just
it's nasty.
How old were you?
I mean, I was probably like, I want to say, like 11.
You didn't look away, did you?
Wait, bro. So think about it. Kids 5 years younger than you
Yeah.
are learning this shit. Like, bro,
Yeah.
11 is when you have
Like
shit
like 9 to 11. No pun intended. No, 9 to
I know
11.
you didn't look away. You're like, oh, that's nasty. Oh, what
I
is that? That's
know.
gross.
Hey, share it again, share it again.
I've never seen this before.
Hey, next page.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh man.
Oh,
No, honestly, I was really freaked out about it, bro. Like I'm being honest. Like it was just like as a kid, it's like man, like
captivating.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Like nowadays, like because nowadays the kids are so
This is just
exposed with
crazy
everything,
to
bro.
look at.
Yeah.
Like just how they grow up and stuff. It's so different than us.
TikTok is the
Yeah,
intro. It's
like-
it's a gateway to porn. They got gateway drugs, gateway
I mean,
porn.
It really is.
Ooh, gotcha.
Wow. Okay.
TikTok is
Hey,
gateway
that's
porn.
another conspiracy
That's-
you gotta
that's
write
another
down.
theory, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
bro. The community guidelines. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Y'all ever
sorry.
abandoned beakers?
They banned me for making decent, wholesome content, and then they got
On
the
TikTok?
15-year-old showing
Oh,
child
yeah.
pornography, basically.
And vulva
And
lips.
that was cool. Show that to the For You.
Like it's so
Bullshit.
insane. Like this girl's just doing the most, and you just see 16 in the bio, just like is nobody else really disgusted by this?
And 6-year-olds furiously masturbating.
Oh,
I don't know why.
God.
Fuck. You would show.
Can you
Imagine,
when you're 6 years
if
old?
one of those 6-year-olds that just got
Not
taught
really.
this shit. What if they went up in front of parents and shit and gave a summary like, "This is my clitoris.
Yeah.
This is my vulva." Where I rub. Like, you know how crazy that would look. So it's like, how are you giving students a lesson that they can't even recite back? Like,
Yeah.
if they try, let's summarize the lesson you learned today. Well, like, bro, that would be crazy. Like, you would
Yeah.
never a 6-year-old saying some crazy shit like that. Like, I'll probably just shoot myself. I'll just end it. I don't want to be here no more. Like,
It's a
What is
horrifying.
my-
Ain't gonna
bro.
get me out
I
of
hate
the
it here.
situation. Like fuck it. It's just,
yeah,
I'm out.
It's a
You
horrifying.
look at your wife
sight.
like you got this.
like, yeah, look.
So
take the
Dale, I
kids
gotta
home,
ask
tell
you.
them I love
Dale,
them.
I gotta ask you a question though. I gotta ask you. So when you
Girl, I'm off the drugs right now. I could use your love right now. steady trying to tear me down. I just wanna tell you now, you could be my match right now.